you associate the kid that I went on a run with. So when I relapsed, I love him to death, and I like love him. But I know that I haven't seen him since I got clean, and I know that he's like in programs and jumping around and stuff. And I can love him from afar, kind of like my family did with me. Like, Amy, I love you, but like I can't have you like with me, you
No,
know?
because at the end of the day, the addiction in anybody is going to be screaming the loudest because it grabs onto your brain, whatever the addiction is, whether it's sex addiction or substance abuse or gambling.
Right. All the
There's
above.
no rationale, there's no logic, there's no objectivity. It takes over. So if you want to like keep that loud screaming addiction voice off your shoulder, you can't be anyone else whose voice is screaming loudly because you're just gonna be drawn back in, right?
Right, and that's a fact. That's the other thing too. Like, it's all about changing your people, places, and things. And I know it's like kind of a cliche, like gotta do it, but it's true. Like, it is so true,
Absolutely.
and it is so humbling to go up and get a coin. You know, like for that first year, it's nice because it's something tangible that you can like work for, right? And then
Yes.
after it goes by the year, and you know, that's that was always nice to go up and
Yeah.
get. I have a lot of 24-hour coins, by the way, so if anyone wants one.
Congratulations. Yeah, I think in life everybody likes to be recognized when they've put in the work in something that's been hard and and taken a lot of focus and energy and dedication and discipline. And the same is, I think probably sobriety or staying away from whatever your addiction is would be one of the most important things to be recognized for, in a symbolic way and in an actual tangible way.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And what really helped me like get on track, I needed to like find a sponsor, and I needed a woman that like I kind of like watched her interact with people, and she carried herself beautifully, and I wanted to obtain what she had obtained. Like, I had listened to her at the podium about her story, and I thought like, wow, like she, because it kind of, it could be a stark difference from a person that's speaking, talking about like they had whatever. So I asked her to be my sponsor, and her and I went through the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, and it is a way to a lot of I myself, like, a lot of the people with addiction want to blame, like we were just talking about, like my trauma and this and that and the other thing. The big book and the steps are geared to unload all of that stuff in your soul and turn your life and will into like service. Like, stop thinking about yourself. Stop thinking about what you need, and you need to like go and give, like go give service, go help someone else. And
Yes.
so it's like a kind of like a map for life, how to be an adult, like how to like be like I learned how to be a lady through watching other women also learn how to be a lady and pay bills and like keep an apartment for more than 6 months. You know what I mean? Um, and I needed that. Like, that's hard to say, but I just like I was so lost. And every time I put anything in my body, it drives the bus, and it's really ugly. My life turns into a disaster.
Yes. And they do so. I mean, you mentioned to me that you have had over your lifetime, I think you said seven or so, where you've fallen off the wagon, relapsed.
Yeah.
So, um, talk us through how that made you feel about yourself and how
Awful.
you found your way out. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things. I put myself in a position. I think too. Every time I relapse, like I was looking to relapse. Water seeks
Yeah.
its own level. I'm gonna seek someone out because I know that like they have a connect in Brockton that like
Yes.
that I'm gonna want, and I'm like, oh, let's only go over there. It's fine, and I would tell myself that everything's fine, and it's not fine. Nothing was fine, and within a minute, my family didn't see me for 7 months. My mother thinks I'm like unalive in a ditch somewhere. Like, the things I did to my mother, like I still have so much guilt about that. But like, I show her every day that I have recovered, and I'm gonna be like a good human for her, and that I'm gonna be okay. That's, I think, what's like the main thing. I was just like never okay. And in relapsing, it's fun at first, and then you get back into the like needing, you're stealing, you're your focus is just on your drugs, and it's really sick, and it takes over. I envy people who